Welcome back to the channel. In today's video we're resuming the progress on our 670cc Chinese off-road buggy. This thing is in the process of a huge overhaul. We're gonna have over 10 inches of travel in the rear. We're gonna have this built 50 horsepower V-twin. I apologize there was no videos of this thing in 2 months, but in those 2 months I was able to knock out 3 builds: the shifter cart, the blaster scooter, and the F-150 Power Wheels. But I apologize for that. We are back on this beast. I bought some of the nicest shocks on the market for this thing. These are King coilover 2.0s. This thing is gonna weigh like 800 pounds and I wanted to find something to support all that weight. So I also bought the 2 rear wheels. They're 27-inch tires on 14-inch wheels. So yeah, these are 27s and this is 26s. And there's a big difference. I'm sourcing a lot of the parts from a Miata and I wanted to be able to run the Miata brakes. And in order to do that, I had to buy 14s. I'm starting to see a few issues. So basically the wider the stance, the harder it is gonna be to turn. So that's why I got these, and that's just to tuck it in as close to the middle as possible. There's a bunch of things that I could have done differently, but this is just my preference. Basically, we just want something reliable that we can beat on the property, have a bunch of fun in, and possibly do some experiments later on. We're gonna start this video off by yanking this V-twin and installing some billet rods in the billet flywheel from Performance 670. The way I see it is I'm protecting my investment by installing billet rods in a flywheel. So let's go ahead and yank this engine and get right into the video. Here's the stock cast iron flywheel. You do not want to rev this past 5,000 RPMs. This thing is so much lighter. So the bore looks perfect, but there is a little bit of skirt wear. At the time I just bought the heaviest oil, but I should have used something lighter. That would have helped a lot with this. So we got both of the heads installed, and I also went ahead and installed the ring gear on this billet flywheel. Now we're gonna go ahead and get some valve grinding compound and lap the flywheel. I wouldn't say this is required, I'm just doing it for good practice. Alrighty guys, all the billet parts are installed, the billet rods and the flywheel. I did talk to the guy about the billet rods and he said they should handle anything I throw at them. even boost. But I had to thank Nationwide Synthetics for sending me their AMSOIL assembly lube and a bunch of their oil to try out on my builds. The link will be down in the description, so definitely check these guys out. Now we're going to work on setting up front brakes. I've got these +3 oversized rotors with my name engraved. Motomill actually made these for me a long time ago. We're going to have to re-weld the calipers and all that stuff, so let's get right into it. So the plan is just to use a bushing like that to space out the flange, and then we're going to reinforce it. This is a 3/16. So as you can see, those brake calipers are really close. We're still going to reinforce that bracket up even more. Alright, and there's number 2. I didn't want to bore you guys. I got the caliper brackets all welded and reinforced. Check that out. They're gonna be really strong. And there's the other side. So we got the spindles painted. It's looking really awesome. So it got dark on us, but now we're gonna go ahead and work on the rear end. We're gonna go ahead and delete this bar. This is all just in an awkward place. We will have to run a jack shaft and be able to fit a sprocket right there. So it's the next day. We've got the engine in, CVT mounted, all that stuff. The whole engine bay is packed. Everything is super tight and crammed. The driver barely fits. Our shocks barely fit in there. We're gonna have to shoot this arm straight at the same angle that this drive shaft's at. Some of you are probably new to the channel, but there's just a lot of work and time that goes into this. I have to design, engineer, and test all this stuff, but that's what my job is. So let's go ahead and get right back to work. So we got our King coilover shock mocked up. Man, this thing looks awesome. These cost a lot of money, but hopefully they'll be worth it. I could have bought Polaris RZR shocks, but I did need a specific length, and I just didn't like how they look. Perfect. As you can see, it went pretty conservative on the CV axle angle. I don't want to push these axles to their limits, like how it is on that side. You go too far down and they would start binding. We are going to limit the travel a little bit, but this is so much better than how it was stock. Here's the moment of truth. Will they work out how I wanted them? Ooh. That is perfect, guys. Maybe a little bit on the soft side. Let's sit in it. This buggy is finally a roller. Check that out, guys. Took me several months, but we are finally here. enjoyed the video, leave a like down below. Leave a comment if you have any opinions or advice. But if you're new here, consider tapping the subscribe button and hitting that bell. Me and this buggy go way back to 2015. Back then it was still a 150. But I'm excited to get this thing done. If everything goes to plan, I'm hoping to just make this a beater. Do some experiments on it, all that kind of stuff. If you're interested in supporting the channel and copying some merch, be sure you check the link down in the description. This is a design I came up with. I'm looking to discontinue this hoodie in a few weeks, so if you want one, be sure to grab one. But anyways guys, I'm hoping to start this thing up in the next video. And hopefully the video after that will be doing its first test drive after the accident, so stay tuned. But I have to see you guys in the next video. God bless.